In this video, I'm going to be teaching you an amazing card trick. You can learn this trick in about 2 minutes, it requires no sleight of hand, and it will almost certainly fool you. Make sure you subscribe because in my next video, I'm going to be teaching you this amazing trick where you draw permanent ink onto your shirt and then it instantly vanishes. If you don't want to miss that, then hit the subscribe button and let's go to the performance of this card trick. The magician has a deck of cards and fairly shows both their front and their back. As you can see, all the cards are mixed and different. He then cuts the deck roughly in half and hands both halves to the spectators to be shuffled up. The spectator shuffles up the cards, confirming they're all normal. These cards can even be borrowed. Once they're happy that the cards are randomly mixed, the magician says that he wants the spectator to choose a number in the fairest way possible. He tells them that they can choose either pile and then cut off as many cards as they like, and the number of cards that they cut off will be their selected number. They can cut off a small number of cards and get a small number, they can cut off a large number of cards and get a large number, or somewhere in the middle, it really doesn't matter. The spectator chooses the shuffled pile on the left and then cuts as many cards as they like. These cards were then turned on their side and the number of cards they've cut off will be their selected number. However, before we find out what their number is, we need a card to be selected from the other shuffled pack. The magician picks up the other packets, gives them one final shuffle to mix them up even more, and then he dribbles the cards down, and wherever the spectator says stop, that will be their card. The spectator says stop on the Jack of Diamonds, and they remember this card, and then it's shuffled back somewhere into the deck. This was a genuinely free choice, and these cards are then placed back onto the rest of the deck. Everything is clean and fair. So we have a number of cards that the spectator randomly chose earlier, and then a selected card that was just shuffled into the deck. However, to take things to the next level, the magician says they're going to do one final shuffle known as the Klondike Shuffle. This is where you take the top and bottom card of the deck and you drop them onto the table. This is perhaps the fairest shuffle of them all because you can see how every single card in the deck gets put into a new position. There's no way to cheat using this shuffle as the cards are literally being mixed up 2 at a time. So this could not be any more fair. So all of the cards are mixed up using this shuffle. Now remember earlier the spectator chose a random number. Wouldn't it be amazing if the random number that the spectator chose before we even started the trick told us exactly where the chosen card was in the shuffled deck? Let's see what number the spectator chose. The magician counts out the cards and there are 12 in total, meaning their number is 12. He then hands the deck to the spectator and says, let's see if the 12th card in the shuffled deck is your selected card. The spectator counts off 11 cards, and the 12th card is the Jack of Diamonds. Everything can be inspected. By the way, if you like the music in this video, then go and check out Alex's channel in the description. He composed it all and you can find much more of his music there. Anyway, let's go to the tutorial on this magic trick. So this is one of my absolute favorite magic tricks. You can learn it in about 2 minutes and the whole thing is practically self-working. So all you need to do is take a deck of 52 cards exactly. If you've got jokers in it, then get rid of the jokers because that'll be 54 cards. But you need 52 cards in the deck and then you're ready to begin. So the only setup is you need to know what the 26th card down in the deck is. So the easiest way to do this is hold the deck in your hand and just deal off 26 cards. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and this is the 26th card. It's the 5 of clubs in this case, so remember what your 26th card down is, place it on top of the pile you just dealt, and place the rest of the cards on top. That's the only setup you need. So you need to remember what that key card is, and then from there, you're ready to go. So what you need to do is show the cards to the spectator. You can show that they're all different and mixed, and you can see that the 5 of clubs is bang in the middle. You then say, look, we want to shuffle the cards up even more, and just say I'm going to roughly split the cards in half. And what you're doing is you're going through the cards to the 26th card, and you're finding your key one. So here it's the 5 of clubs. And what you need to do is you need to split the cards at this point. But very importantly, your key card doesn't remain on top of the bottom packet, it remains on the bottom of the top packet. So just to explain that one more time, you take the cards, you turn them over, you go through, you find the key card, and it doesn't remain here, it remains here, and then you just split the cards at that point, and now you've got 26 cards in each pile. You then, if you've got 2 spectators, you just hand them out and the spectators can shuffle up both packets. Or if you've only got 1, you just say, you shuffle these cards and I'll shuffle these cards. So you can really genuinely mix the cards. It really doesn't matter. There's no specific order for this trick to work. So the cards are all mixed up, and then you explain what you're going to do. So you say to the spectator that I want you to choose any number that you like, but maybe if I just said, think of a number, I could force it to you in a certain way. So you're going to cut off any number of cards from this packet here, or this packet here, it's up to you, and the number of cards you cut off will be your chosen number. So the spectator can cut this many cards, they can cut this many cards, it doesn't matter, but however many they cut will be their number. So they go down, they choose this packet, and let's just say they cut off this many cards here. I always then like to turn these cards to the side so we can remember that this is the packet they cut off later, and whatever number of cards they've got here will be the number we use later. Make that very, very clear to them. However, before that, we want you to choose a card. So you come to the other packet and you very simply just allow them to select any card. There's no force here. However, there's 2 ways to do this. The way in which I did it in the performance is you hold the cards in your hand, hold the rest of the cards on top, so you've got these fingers across the top, your thumb across the back, and you very simply dribble cards into your hand, and wherever the spectator says stop, that's the card they chose. So in this case, it's the 9 of diamonds, and then the only sleight you need to do, it's not even a sleight, is the 9 needs to remain on the bottom of the packet. So let's just say they chose this card here, which, it's 9 of diamonds again. You don't put the 9 back on like that, you simply put these cards on top, so their selection is now on the bottom of the deck. If you can't dribble cards down like that, then there's another way for you to let them select the card, is again, you can shuffle these cards up as much as you want because there's no force, and then you tell the spectator, hold the cards like, you hold the cards in front of the spectator like this, and you just cut them. And you say, whenever you see a card you like, just say stop, and that will be your card. So let's just say the spectator says stop there. They remember the 8 of hearts, and you can now see that the 8 is already on the bottom of the deck. From here, you're ready to continue. The final thing you can do, as a little convincer, and I did this in the performance, is you do a final shuffle, but you keep your fingers on the bottom card like this, and it just keeps their selection on the bottom of the deck. So it looks like I'm mixing up the cards, but really the 8 stays there. You don't have to do that, but that's just a final little convincer to make this effect even more powerful. So you pretend to shuffle up the cards, when in reality, the 8 is still on the bottom. Once their selection is on the bottom, you just place the rest of the cards on top of the packet, not the number they cut off on the side, but on top of the rest of the packet, and you say one final thing. You say, look, we want to shuffle the cards up one more time, but do it in the fairest possible way. And there's a very little known shuffle that they use in places with very cold temperatures, where, because they can't do anything fancy with the cards, because the temperatures are so cold, is they hold the cards like this, between their thumb and middle finger, and using their other hand, they just peel off the top and bottom card. And you actually do this, and you mix up the cards like this, 2 at a time, and what this does is it shuffles up all the cards, top to bottom, bottom to top. And there's no fairer way to do this, because you can really see that the cards that we've already shuffled multiple times are now being mixed even further. You make up something like this, and you really do this. You really do mix up the cards by peeling off the top card and the bottom card. Now, I don't actually know why this works, but what that shuffle does is it means that the number of cards that they've cut off here will lead us directly to the spectator's selection. I have no idea why, but it just works. So from there you say, look, the cards have been really shuffled, but let's have a look at the number that you cut to randomly before this even really began. So the number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you say something like, wouldn't it be amazing if the 15th card down after all of that cutting and shuffling was your selection? They'd obviously say yes. And you can let the spectators count out 15 cards. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And the 15th card from the shuffled pack is the 8 of hearts, which is their selection. And then everything can be inspected The trick itself working, and it's just one of those amazing little gems in magic that, once you know the secret, you realize just how simple and easy this trick is. Very quickly, if you want to learn 5 amazing magic tricks completely free, tricks that are just too good to reveal on YouTube, then check out my free magic masterclass. I've left a link down in the description to where you can get it. Inside, I reveal 5 of the greatest magic tricks ever created, and you also get the opportunity to get a massive discount on my card magic course as well. So click the first link in the description to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.